It's happened to all of us. There you were, minding your own business, happy as a clam bake, when it happened. It started with a few YouTube videos, progressed into a Google search or two, and before you knew what was happening, you were searching the sales sites. Hopefully Craigslist, because holy moly, you can find some sweet bike use on Craigslist. Clean, good bikes. We're not finding too many ratty things, but we're taking some real nice ads here. That's when you realized you'd been bitten by the motorcycle bug. No, my sweet baby squidlets, it is not a true medical emergency, but that bite does come with an incurable fever. Motorcycles are a terminal illness. Seriously. Hello, my sweet two-wheel loving children. I am your host, the capable, strong, and long-limbed, shabby dude, Handy Lube, Yammie, Noob, back once again to deliver the sweet motorcycle content you've come to know and love. Today we're going to chat about yet another controversial topic, the most overrated beginner motorcycles. Everyone knows you've got your tried and true platforms, and we're going to get into those today, but I think there are some objectively better options than the current crop of beginner bikes, and I want to tell you guys about them. But fear not, your old pal Yammie is going to lead you to the sweet, sweet Rossi praising promised land and tell you all about these bikes you should be getting instead. Be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. We're doing some pretty big and awe-inspiring things here at Yammie Noob. You should be part of it. Be sure to hit that bell and get notified too. I wouldn't want you missing out on any grade A primo hentai rapping motorcycle content. That'd be so sad. It'd be like not setting the DVR for your favorite show. Nobody wins when you forget to set the DVR, and nobody wins when you forget to subscribe. Although in the age of streaming and YouTube, does anyone even use a DVR anymore? Did I just date myself? I'm only 26, guys. I'm not a grizzled ancient, but I do remember the halcyon days of picking up a new VHS tape at my Blockbuster for the weekend. Good times. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Cardo for supporting the channel. If you haven't heard about them, don't worry. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about them at the end of this video. Without further ado, let's look at some of the most overrated beginner bikes. Up first is Kawasaki's Ninja 250. Kawasaki's Ninjas are great bikes. Their profile is sexy, and the great thing is the body looks amazing no matter regardless of the CC package you get. Although the 250 is looking a little bit old nowadays. A lot of bikes don't really get that sporty until you hit maybe 600 to 1000 cc, so it's nice that the Ninja looks great at all levels. Now, the Ninja's a great starter bike. They're light, agile, and not overly complicated, but if you're gonna get a Ninja as your starter bike, go ahead and opt for the 500 or the newer 300. You'll get the aesthetic you want on a quality machine you can comfortably stay on for years to come, but don't you dare get the Ninja 400. Papa Yam has fully denounced that bike and has stated its premium mediocre nature, my dude. I'm just kidding, my man. The 400 is a great bike, but I still think a used Ninja 300 is going to serve you much better. If you're only riding your bike about 3 or 4 miles a day and you're smaller than the average adult, you might be happy with the Ninja 250, but at that point, I have to ask why you're getting a motorcycle in the first place. Maybe you should look at a Vespa, or a moped, or a hover-round. Hell, at least the hover-round's gonna get you to the Grand Canyon, that's what the commercial said. If you're riding for extended periods of time on the highways or interstates, with a 250, I would count extended as an hour or more, you should opt for a newer 300s at the minimum. The reason being that the speed limit on highways and interstates is typically 7 to 75 miles per hour in the US. On a 250, you're looking at running about 8,000 to 9,000 RPMs to maintain those speeds. Extended trips with that kind of RPM is going to run your machine into the ground. So they're great to learn on, but think about what kind of riding you're actually going to be doing. Go up in the CCs a little bit. You can upgrade and still stay within a range that's safe for beginners. Now, speaking of going up in CCs, our next offering is one of the most popular beginner bikes out there right now. Number 2, the Yamaha FZ-07. Released in 2015, the FZ-07 offers a solid engine, great handling, and a fairly low introductory price point at $6,900. It's going to offer smoother, more responsive ride to the average adult compared to that of the 250, and all in all, it's a pretty nice bike. But instead of dropping $7,000 on the FZ-07 because it's nicer than the Ninja 250, save your hard-earned cash and find a used Suzuki SV650 instead. Now, I'm not talking about the brand new SV650 that's competing with the FZ-07. I'm talking about last generations of them, which you can find for an absolute steal on most used motorcycle listing services. The SV650 offers riders a solid 70 horsepower, which places it squarely in that sweet spot where it's not too much power for a beginner, but not short enough on power that an experienced rider is going to get bored of it. Even sweeter, a barely used 2017 model is running about $3,500. And this one might be personal preference, but the SV650 offers a burbly V-twin sound that's usually reserved for bikes that I'd consider inappropriate for beginners. It's a bike you can be proud to own because not only did you save some coin when you bought it, but you also get the look and sound of a bike you can show off to others. And that's not to say Yamaha's FZ-07's parallel twin doesn't have its own sweet bark. It certainly does. That cross-plane parallel 2 is going to get you all juiced up. But a used SV650 is going to offer you about 90% of the thrills of an FZ-07 for about half the price, and that's a hard bargain to beat. Our next bikes differ from the sport bike look and feel, so let's hit the twisty turns and windy roads with number 3, the Honda NC700X. If you're looking for adventure and whatever comes your way, you might be tempted to go for the popular adventure bike offered by Honda, but mistakes would be made. Starting at around $7,800, the Honda NC700X offers a reliable commute. But if you're looking for a true adventure, touring / do-it-all bike, I gotta steer you towards the Suzuki V-Strom 650. A 2019 model is going to set you back a few $1,000s more than the NC700, but the V-Strom 650 offers a natural sitting position that's more comfortable for riding and easier for beginners to balance. Suzuki's also made buttloads of the V-Strom, so if you have to buy new, go ahead and do that, but I'd recommend looking at used ones as well. The V-Strom's also one of those rare, borderline indestructible bikes. I've seen owners absolutely abusing the ever-loving Christ out of their V-Stroms, and yet these bad boys just keep on going. The V-Strom comes in a few engine configurations too, either a 650 or a 1000, although I'd skip the 1000 if you're brand new to motorcycles. Now, my sweet darlings, it's time to look at perhaps the most controversial bike on our list, and that bike is going to set the comments ablaze. It's going to have you sick bastards sliding into my DMs and earn me some well-deserved hate mail. Moving along to the next bike on our list, number 4, the Honda Rebel 300. I know, how dare I, the illustrious clammy pube, cast aside a cult favorite like the Honda Rebel 300? Well, I do dare, because the CTX 700N is just a better choice, and I at least get points for keeping it in the Honda family, right? Who am I kidding? Go ahead and refill that haterade. The Honda Rebel 300 is a perfect bike for shorter riders with its short seat height, approachable nature, and overall Honda reliability. There's a reason these little dudes, along with their diminutive brothers, the Rebel 250, are seen in motorcycle safety courses around the country. Even if I did my course on a Honda CRF 250L, which is an awesome MSF bike, the Rebel 250 is about as easy as a ride as it gets. However, the Honda CTX 700N is more comfortable than the Rebel 300. It's got more accessory options and the parts are more readily available. There are some parts that still go on back order for the Rebel, and I don't know about you, but I don't like waiting around for a dateless deadline to get my wheels back up and running. The CTX 700N also comes equipped with a DCT or automatic transmission, making it extremely approachable for beginners who don't want to fuss around with the clutch. And if you're not vibing the automatic and you still want that cruiser aesthetic, to be honest, I'd recommend the Shadow Phantom over the CTX 700N or the Honda Rebel 300. It's got plenty of torque for you to grow into, and it's going to be a much more enjoyable ride than the Rebel 300. And beginner or non, if you're feeling like a total badass, then you should try to get your hands on one of the rumored new turbocharged Hayabusas that are supposed to come out in 2019. The new Busa is going to be supposedly using technology pulled from Suzuki's Recursion concept project, and if that's the case, we're going to be looking at a 588cc turbocharged twin-cylinder machine capable of pushing out over 100 horsepower at 8,000 RPM, and maybe, take this with a pinch of salt, upwards of 74 foot-pounds of torque at 4,500 RPM. It's an impressive boast, since the new Hayabusa hasn't seen the daylight yet, and I'll believe it when I see it. And that, my sweet squids, are the most overrated beginner bikes in my humble opinion anyway, and the bikes you should get instead. What do you think? Have an overrated beginner bike that didn't make it the list? Want to start a beef with me? Let me know in the comments below. Let's turn it into an absolute wasteland. Now, today's video is powered by Cardo. Cardo is the original motorcycle communicator, and they make some of the best in the biz. And maybe since you're new to riding and you don't know if you should get a communicator or not, you really should consider it. Riding and be able to chat with my buddies changed my life. These systems are completely waterproof as well, so if you're going to be riding on a V-Strom and doing ADV adventures, you can't miss out on this one. And one of the best features of these systems is they come equipped with JBL speakers, and as an audiophile myself, this is a welcome addition to the motorcycling world. Cardo actually made the original Scala Rider back in 04, and they've been innovating and making cool products for bikers for over a decade. And they're going to pair up with any communicator too. For a limited time, Yammie fans can get 20% off by clicking the link below. Cardo's been an awesome sponsor for the channel. I'm super excited to work with them, so help them help Yammie out by clicking the link below and checking it out, because you deserve some high-end audio for your ride. Again, Yammie fans get 20% off by using the code Yammie, so click the link below and get a Cardo system today. Now, I'd also be remiss at the end of this video not to mention our bike giveaway. As you probably or should know, I'm restoring and building up an old CB900, also known as the Hornet 919. Honda gave this thing like 6 different names, it doesn't matter, and I'm giving it away. Check the link in the description to learn how you can jump on board for a chance to win this beautiful babe. Seriously, it's a free motorcycle, guys. Jump on this one. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Fact: assassin bugs sneak up to other insects and stab them with their long, straw-like mouths, injecting them with saliva. The assassin bug's saliva liquefies their preys inside, allowing the assassin bug to gradually suck them out, leaving behind the empty, lifeless shell. Man, nature is metal. Goodbye. Alright, my adrenaline-loving... Oof. Alright, my adrenaline... Oh, man. Of your fresh beauty. Damn it. What having a bike is... Damn it. On a motorcycle would deserve on a spot... Holy shit. It's a free wash for your motorcycle, which is actually... Fuck. Damn it.